after a brief one-game road trip. And in fact, it was supposed to be just a 3-hour tour. It turned into an all-night journey, and the Lakers happy to be back in Southern California. And get ready now for their final game of the regular season and try to avoid being swept in the season set with the Portland TrailBlazers. Hi, everybody. Joel Myers alongside Stu Lance, and welcome once again to Lakers basketball on FSN West. Well, a real disappointment for the Lakers last night in the matchup with the Denver Nuggets. Despite the loss, though, some bright spots in the first half and flashes of what we saw earlier in this season when we saw Luke and Lamar when they were 100%.
Well, it is so good to have both of those players back. Obviously, when you put them back into the starting lineup, this basketball team becomes a much better thinking team because Luke Walton brings the mental side of the game along with what he can bring you physically. But the mental part is where he's going to help the Lakers the most. And he played, I thought, in his first game back last night, pretty effective with 13 points and doing all the other things. And Lamar, his first game after missing 5 with that torn labrum in the shoulder, I thought he was effective in the first half. The second half, although I don't know how many Lakers were effective in the second half last night, but the shades of what they can do, they did in that first. And they have to do that tonight throughout the entire 48.
Well, the last time the Lakers saw the Portland TrailBlazers right here at Staples Center, and the Lakers gave up 34 points. In fact, a come-from-behind win for the Blazers here on the Lakers' home floor. And a difference maker in the fourth quarter, and he stepped outside, hit some huge shots. The rookie, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, he showcased in front of the Lakers, and now he's in the starting lineup. But he's the guy that can shoot the basketball. He had 18 points in that game you alluded to, and they've taken both games from the Lakers, one in Portland and, of course, the one you just mentioned here at Staples Center. So the Lakers know what they need to do. Don't give LaMarcus any open shots and play defense the way they can play defense, not the way they have been playing defense.
And during the course of the contest tonight, you've also got an option on our partner station, FSN Prime Ticket. It is called Courtside View, and we're going to have 6 cameras down there. Options. You'll see all different angles. So stay with us every step of the way right here on FSN West and FSN Prime Ticket. So the Lakers trying to snap their 7-game losing streak. Hopefully it takes place over the next 3 hours. Luke, Lamar, Kobe, and the guys ready for the matchup with the Portland TrailBlazers. At home for the Lakers, and a much-needed one. Now, let's see if they can turn it around where they've lost 7 of their last 8. 7 straight overall, but 7 of their last 8 here at Staples Center. Welcome back once again. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance, and the starting 5 for the very young Portland TrailBlazers. Zach Randolph, Ime Udoka, who had played with the Lakers a couple of years ago in their summer league squad. LaMarcus Aldridge, a young man from Texas. Brandon Roy, rookie of the year. Jacket, and that is Jarrett Jack out of Georgia Tech. Speaking of jackets, looking sharp, Nate McMillan, second year as the Blazers head coach, and a 4-2 record over the Lakers as the Blazers head coach. Well, Sasha, a late add to the starting lineup instead of Luke Walton for the Lakers. Joining Lamar Odom, Kwame Brown, Kobe, and Smush. So Phil Jackson saw, as he said, some things that he liked in the first half last night. We tend to agree with him. It looked like mid-season when Luke and Lamar were on the floor. We check in now with Patrick O'Neill to see what he has heard around the cooler. Brought to you by Gatorade. Plenty around the cooler, especially when it comes to Luke Walton. Patrick?
Well, Joel, the lineup change was so sudden. I asked Bryant how come Luke isn't starting about a couple of minutes ago. He said he's not starting. No, he is not. He's out of the lineup, and it's because of that ankle. It is still sore. I saw Luke and Gary Vitti, the Lakers trainer, conferencing about the ankle. Luke was alluding to pain at the shin area, running all the way down to the ankle. He's going to get treatment now in the first half. They're saying he's probably not going to play. They're holding out hope that he can go in the second half. It does not look good, however. Lamar Odom gave Luke a big hug, offering some encouragement. Obviously, guys, Luke unhappy. He might not be able to go tonight. Back to you.
All right, a rare start for Sasha. And Luke said it best at the top of the telecast last night, talking to John Ireland, Patrick, when he said it's as close as it's going to get at this point. Tip controlled by the Blazers, and you could see him after the games, too. You could tell he was tight. He was stiff, and he was hurting.
Well, yeah, he said he wasn't 100%, and everybody understands at this stage of the season, there are very few players that are 100%, but it's just an unfortunate thing not to have the services of Luke Walton.
Zach Randolph, keep him out there. You know how much he likes to drive it, especially over to his left side. On the run, Kobe with Lamar, clear path, and Lamar cracks in with the first 2.
Well, nice start again. The Lakers get the first stop, they get the first hoop. Looks like they have some energy. They're bouncing around defensively. Let's see if they sustain it now for 48 minutes.
Well, there's a 2 for 2. Kobe glides home after the takeaway, overplaying Brandon Roy and coming up with the steal.
Well, Nate McMillan is trying to find out from the officials how that play occurred without there being a foul.
Joe DeRosa, Sean Carbon, and Eli Rowe are the three officials tonight. So we're talking about the journey for the Lakers because it was sleep deprivation for a lot of the guys. Jared Jack, it's off Kwame out of bounds, and I'll bring it up because, and now we have an opportunity. Stu got up into the air, had to go back to the Denver airport, had to sit in a private charter terminal for about 3 hours. Lakers did not arrive till about, what, 5:30, 5:45 this morning?
Yeah, that's usually when you play your best games. I mean, seriously, Lakers had one of those some years ago and arrived in the city. They were playing at about 6 a.m. and played the best game of the year.
Well, Jared Jack quicker to the punch. He got to the loose ball after the Brandon Roy miss.
Although I must add that there were different cast of characters for the Lakers at that time.
Got to play it that way. And he got through. That's what he does. Yeah, he goes left. He doesn't go right.
I was just going to say the same thing. That's what he does. He goes that direction. You've got to be able to force him right without giving up the absolute easy one, but make it a little bit more difficult than that.
He had a double-double. In fact, he had 36 against the Lakers in the first one. Kobe. And he is 2 for 2. The Lakers lead by 4. But as we said at the outset, Lakers played a real solid 20 minutes last night as Jared Jack in traffic has it taken away. Lakers with numbers, Kobe and Sasha. Sasha got the man out of position. And Sasha off the turnover from Kobe. 8-2 Lakers.
I know it's only a couple of minutes into the game, but I do like the way that the Lakers are moving their feet defensively, helping one another, talking, and look at Kobe and Smush giving high fives right there. That's the way you have to play the game. You've got to play this game with passion. Kobe with the steal, getting the Lakers off to the quick lead. They lead it 8-2.
And how crucial is this? Well, it is critical. I mean, right now, when you've lost 7 straight with only 17 left, you're on life support. The Lakers a game over 500 at 33-32. Stu, Clips already won tonight, so they're 30-35. Hornets also won by 2 at New York, 29-36. And we'll update you as well. Golden State, Sacramento. They are playing actually Minnesota at Golden State, and they are just underway up in the Bay Area. So the Lakers way beyond desperate for a win, especially on their home floor.
But I just like what they're doing defensively right now. Well, whether they sustain this throughout, I don't know. But right now, I like what I see.
They beat the shot clock, and there's a guy that's coming off back-to-back double-doubles. In fact, LaMarcus Aldridge only has 4 double-doubles this year, but has he ever stepped it up? As Smush creating teardrops at home. Lakers by a half dozen.
Boy, how often do we see the Lakers inbound the ball that quickly after a score and go down and get a layup?
Well, nice to see a push and an easy basket because Portland wasn't back defensively. They were not set.
Well, if you push the ball after either a make or a miss, you don't let them get set.
Lamar shaded on the double. Forced Randolph to get rid of it. Jack lost it on the break. Bad pass. Sasha, and he's out of bounds. Good effort trying to save it. It's a turnover, though.
I know I've said it 3 times already, but I like what I see. They've already talked more to each other defensively than they have in the previous 2 weeks. So if they can continue to play as a team this way, they'll be okay.
So you saw the quick hands of Smush. Kobe gets an early foul. And we saw Smush pick up that steal. Smush comes into the game 12th in the league in steals.
Well, he's got some quick hands.
Yes.
I mean, he's executed the plays similar to that throughout the season.
They wanted Roy down to the block. Sasha angling. Roy got away, though, for the easy one.
Well, that's a tough matchup for Sasha, trying to guard Ime Udoka down there on the box.
And it was Udoka. Ime Udoka, rather, who was with the Lakers. So the Lakers still up by 4. Nice pick. Now can Smush get it done. It wasn't even close. So, well, that's the first miss of the contest for the Lakers. That's how efficient they have been to the offensive end. Now can they keep it up at the defensive end? This time it is Brandon Roy. Udoka's been hot. That time glanced off the front of the rim. Barely got there. Barnes got a nice matchup if he could exploit it. It was out of bounds, last off the shin of Zach Randolph, jumping out on Sasha.
You know, Sasha was catching and making the entry pass in a hurry, but if he recognizes that Zach Randolph was out there guarding him at the 3-point line, just blow right by him.
So So the Lakers 5 of 6 from the field, lead by 4. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Bobby with the pick. Jared Jack. I thought he'd go inside because he's got some length. Now the shot clock down on Lamar. On the step back. For Zach Randolph at short. Jack comes away with it. Second-year man out of Georgia Tech at 6'3", 200 pounds. And he blistered the Lakers the last time as Kwame jumps it and almost came up with the steal going around Zach Randolph.
And the positioning on the floor allowed Kwame to do that without paying a severe price if he's not successful. He was out near the three-point line. You try that on the box, you're not successful, it's a dunk.
Their point guard, Jared Jack, I was just talking about, had a career best 30. And also hit 10 of 11 with 7 assists in the last one against the Lakers. They win here at Staples Center. Randolph can spot up out there like we saw Marcus Camby last night. He's got range. He's got 4 also, and it's a 2-point game.
And you have to make him put it on the floor there. Make him put it on the floor, going to his right.
So 50% start for the Blazers. Kwame up against that smaller LaMarcus Aldridge size-wise. Jared Jack came in, though, and he was the one who poked it away. In the transition, Brandon Roy. Zach Randolph. And he gives the Blazers their first lead of the game as they're right now on a 7-0 run, and that's 7 points for Randolph.
He didn't hesitate on that one. I mean, he was open, obviously, but still behind the arc. He just let it fly.
I mentioned they're trying to sweep the season series for the first time since 93-94 against the Lakers. Smush and Kobe, a little two-man game. Great ball movement. Kwame doesn't get the finish, but good passing. Quick passing.
Again, Kwame didn't get it high enough on the glass. Seems like the ball doesn't go out of his hand in a shooting motion as opposed to almost like it's slipping out of his hands.
Smush gets the foul, trying to track Jared Jack. Second team foul.
Well, Carl's Jr. Exmo shows Zach Randolph letting a long one fly, seemingly staying in the air forever, but it found its mark. I guess that happens with Exmo. It stays there forever.
Zach Randolph was 7 of their first 11 on the far away.
Make it 9.
Unbelievable. You know, it's rare when he's had bad games against the Lakers. He's had a couple where it's all or nothing at all for that guy. So 9 of their first 13, and the run is up to 9 now. A 9-0 run. After the Lakers led it 10-4. We're halfway through the first 12 minutes of play. Kobe over Udoka. And it stays out for LaMarcus Aldridge. So the Lakers started a perfect 5 for 5. Now they've missed 4 consecutive shots. Got a shade to that side, and Lamar will take it with a baseline. Off the leg of Sasha, put 14 back on the shot clock.
Much better rotation that time by the Lakers as Smush went after one play and Sasha was there to give support.
Udoka in his 3rd year out of Portland State. He's a 29-year-old, though, Portland native. He starts this half-court set. Well, the hot hand is right there, and they're going right back to him. Perfect pass inside. Aldridge got it in there, but couldn't control it.
Well, yeah, Zach says, I don't make many passes that good. You got to capitalize on it.
So a break for the Lakers, and will they take advantage of it? Kobe inside the arc. That's short. Cross picked up. And all of a sudden, LaMarcus Aldridge, we saw him outside Stu. Over the last few games I've watched him, he's gone inside as Jared Jack gets it all the way to the hole. And a timeout for the Lakers as the run continues at 11 consecutive for the Portland TrailBlazers.
Well, the Blazers withstood an early little bit of a push by the Lakers after they fell behind by as many as 6. But now it's the Blazers that are on a run. They lead the Lakers by 5 with 5:01 to play.
We continue from Staples Center with the Lakers down on the wrong side of an 11-0 run. Brandon Roy, well, gets my vote, and not just because of the numbers you're looking at, but we felt that way when he left the University of Washington. Pac-10 Player of the Year. He is leading all rookies right now in scoring, assists, and his month of March is even better. He's up to 18 points a game so far this month with 6 assists and 5 boards.
I just hope that all these awards are not predicated on scoring averages alone. I mean, because when you're talking about a player, I mean, there's obviously a lot of elements that go into making a basketball player other than just scoring.
Yeah, catch and shoot. Yeah, tough break. It stayed out on Smush. After 1 for 8 last night, he had his first. He's missed his last couple. And he's trying to track like he did Iverson last night. Jared Jack Iverson was only 4 for 15, but he did have a season-high 13 assists. Now Brandon Roy on the follow-away. And he's also been asked to run this team. And that's the real impressive part of the package of Brandon Roy. So 13 unanswered by the Blazers. Up by 7.
Well, it's up to the Lakers now to have an answer. And when you're going bad, sometimes that answer is hard to find.
Aldridge with the block is smush. If he goes to the reverse, he's got it. He tried to slip it in underneath. And our courtside view, don't forget, on our partner station. FSN Prime Ticket, a view of tonight's game for the courtside seats. Get your ticket to the game on Prime Ticket. Now the shot clock, a factor for the Lakers. Sasha's spacing. Will not give Kobe an assist as Roy peels away with the board. McGlure has just checked into the game. They're without Brisbilla for the rest of the season. In fact, he just underwent surgery. A double on Brandon Roy. And they're going to give him a timeout. And Lamar is saying, no, he just changed his pivot foot and he walked towards you to call the timeout to Sean Corbin.
Wow. Well, he gets the timeout call, and with 3:51 to play in the quarter and 12 on the shot clock, it'll be Portland basketball. And right now, Portland on a roll as they lead the Lakers by 7.
Been a while since the Lakers have scored. In fact, the Lakers have missed 8 straight after they had a 10-4 lead. And welcome back to Staples Center. Well, the frustration and something that Phil Jackson has never experienced. We talked about it briefly last night, Stu. 7 consecutive losses. He's never had that occur in his 16 seasons in the league.
Well, he's in uncharted waters in that respect, but he was in uncharted when he reached 6 or so. He's hoping that the Lakers can put a finger in that hole in the dike so that they can stop this flow.
It's going to be a hold on Lamar as they try to get the entry. Zach Randolph first on Lamar, 13 by the Lakers with 3:46 to play.
The best way to prevent a guy from scoring is not let him catch the basketball. And Lamar trying to prevent Zach gets called for pushing him off the box. So he'll be out of bounds sideline.
Fred Jones, former Oregon Duck, is into the game. Came over the Watt Dixon deal. And boy, does Brandon Roy look slick. Brandon Roy makes it a 9-point lead as the run is a very impressive 15 straight for one of the youngest teams in the NBA. Kobe will save it on the sideline. Andrew Bynum in for Kwame. Andrew will get it on the block and will go to the line as he's fouled from behind. It'll be on Zach Randolph.
Good job by Andrew of catching that or getting that pass and then just trying to attack in a hurry as he had a good position. Just wasn't able to get a 3-point opportunity. But free throws coming for Andrew Bynum. This will be the first free throws of the game for either team.
Well, Andrew started the first 2 this year against the Portland TrailBlazers. He has not had a lot of luck offensively against the Blazers. Let's see if it'll turn around tonight. An early entry for Kwame Brown is Rolly Torioff is also going to be into this one. For matchup purposes, he'll come in as they've got both McGlure and Randolph on the floor. So Roney's out there with Lamar, Bynum, and a good size on the baseline. Good group for the Lakers, size-wise.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would have, without that substitution, that would have probably meant Kobe would have had to guard Randolph, and that's not the matchup you want Kobe guarding defensively.
So that ends the dry spell for the Lakers. Their first points in 6 minutes. Jack Randolph, weak side. And he's blocked away by Andrew Bynum. Secondary defender came over, but it also makes a difference, forcing him to his offhand.
Did you see how weak his explosion off the floor was when he tried that shot?
Smush got it finished that. When they let you unimpeded get to the rack, got to make your layups. 19-12, Lakers still down by 7, as the Lakers are only shooting 36% after the miss. Randolph waiting. Over
Straight up, straight back down to the basket.
Then the guys under couldn't believe it either. They wanted to make sure they didn't mistime their jump, and they were glued waiting. So 21-12, and no Don Nelson girls, please. Andrew Bynum, middle of the paint. He's got 4 early. And no balloons in the ceiling either.
And I talked about, we've talked about how many injuries and the ankle problems the Lakers have had. Andrew Bynum playing with a swollen ankle. So it's just been a rash of things for the Lakers.
Brandon Roy Boy, is he physical the way once he gets a step on you and then bounces around at 6'6", 230. Very impressive. He's the rookie from Washington, Garfield High School in Seattle. Kobe again off the mark, working against Udoka. So Kobe has started the contest 2 for 5. It'll be Roy again. And ripped down by Andrew Bynum. A break because that was a great look inside the free throw line for Brandon Roy without a hand in his face.
Lakers need to finish this quarter with a little bit of a spurt here.
Yeah, the offense has got to pick it up. It'll be Smush with a good look. And again, same result. Lamar battling. Taken away, though, by Udoka from behind. Lakers back in the transition. Baseline, will Randolph take it? That's where they want to shade him. Instead, out top, the former Pacer Jones, who was with the Toronto Raptors before coming over on that deal for Juan Dixon. Final minute of play and a very dry first for the Lakers after, again, 10 points in the first 4 minutes. But only 4, as you can see, over the next 7.
And again, one of the reasons you must have your defense as your mainstay, the one thing that you can rely on, because your offense, the Lakers came out and they made their first 4 or 5 shots, and now all of a sudden hit a real dry spell, and their defense has to keep them within striking distance.
The Lakers are 1 for their last 12. Get it in to Andrew Bynum. He's hit down low by McGlure, and it still goes in. Andrew Bynum, a half dozen, and the Lakers needed it.
When he gets the ball above his head, though, he is so long. It's a nice touch.
Rodriguez, impressive rookie point guard. This guy's come on in the second half of the season. Now McGlure and a foul up against Roney.
In defense of Rooney there, you know, you're trying to stay as the defender, you're trying to just hold your own position. That's a difficult call for the officials as well. Who's initiating all of that contact? Is it the offensive guy or is it the defense? And they ruled that time that it was Rooney.
The rookie from Spain at 6'3", 170. He played a couple of years of pro ball in Spain. He's still only 20 years old. And it's blocked away. Roney tracking Zach Randolph and Andrew Bynum coming over.
Well, you have to have a little bit of communication here as the secondary defender is coming, but it's Roney to get the block. Andrew is there just in case.
So 4 left on the shot clock. 23-16 Blazers by 7. Zach Randolph. And he'll get it off in time. Stay there, and a blown dunk by Outlaw just checked in will give them a third chance.
Well, I tell you, Outlaw was way above the cylinder. How did he miss that one?
Rodriguez. Smush was picked off. Jones, they share it. And Roney, is going to be called foul on the follow-through of the shot by Outlaw. So Andrew Bynum doesn't like it, but it'll be a couple of free throws, so that hurts with 0.7 of a second. You be the judge.
Well, he definitely hits him on the wrist. There's no question about that.
Good call. Definitely got him. Didn't get the ball. He got the hand.
Andrew obviously a little upset at the call, but you know, Andrew, he gets a lot of calls that he doesn't like, and he shows that kind of emotion, and I'd like to see him change that part of his demeanor just a bit. I mean, sure, be passionate about not liking the call, but don't get the officials to always be on you about your histrionics.
It'll stay out, and that'll do it, and the Blazers will go to the break with an 8-point lead after the Lakers led early by a half dozen.
Well, that's the name of this game. Runs. The Lakers got out of the gate, and the Blazers, well, they said no problems. We'll just hang in there and get a spurt of our own, and they did just that. So we'll head into the second quarter with the Lakers looking up again on the scoreboard. They trail 24-16. 16. Blazers shot 50%. The Lakers started off making their first 5, end up 7 out of 18. Out rebounded 15-7 because of all of those misses. So the Lakers know what they need to do.
And coming back onto the floor now for the Lakers, Ronny Turiaf, Kwame Brown. Jordan Farmar's first appearance along with Mo Evans. The same for Mo. and Kobe Bryant. Joining us now, Miss USA 2006, Tara Connor.
Hey guys,
Tara,
how you doing?
Good evening, rather. It seems like afternoon. We got in so early in the morning. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. And, well, first of all, the rain is almost over.
Right, yeah, it is.
It's going to be tough, huh?
Well, you know what? I'm kind of excited. I'm ready to move on to my next journey and crown the new girl and move on with life, you know, see what's going on out there without Miss USA.
You say ready to move on to your next journey. What is your next journey?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit of commentary, maybe a little bit of Broadway. I'm thinking about writing a book. There's all kinds of things that I have like in the works, so I'm pretty excited to see how it all works out.
It starts off with the Laker miss. Terry, you grew up in Kentucky, so you have to be a basketball fan.
I am definitely a basketball fan, but I'm torn between UK and U of L.
Yeah, I was waiting. Cardinals or Wildcats. That's a tough call.
Yeah, when Pitino moved over to U of L, I was kind of torn. I didn't know which way to go. I was a huge Pitino fan.
Well, Louisville already won. Kentucky right now in the second half of the NCAA tournament, up by 4 as Kobe makes it a 6-point deficit for the Lakers.
Well, obviously, Tara, you've been in a lot of these beauty pageants. What is the hardest thing to do in a beauty pageant?
You know, I think the hardest thing for some of the girls to do is to do the on-stage interview, because you're sitting there, you've got thousands of people that are watching you in the audience, and then, hello.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
That's the way we felt about it, too. Go ahead.
Yeah, then you have like millions of people watching you on the television, so there's a lot of pressure, but for me, it's fun. I like to do the interview part. That way they get to know me a little bit better.
And you're going to be involved this Friday at the Kodak Theater here in Hollywood.
Yep.
So you passed the torch on Friday.
Passing the torch on to the new girl.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, you're ready for the next stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We appreciate you taking the time, Tara.
No problem.
All right. Tara Connor, Miss USA 2006. Roney tapping, trying to keep it away from a jumping jack and Travis Outlaw. 90 seconds gone by in the second quarter. And a second chance opportunity once again. Well, they were spacing, but it didn't work out because Martell Webster decided he was coming to the basket.
Well, you know, he had the whole side of the floor open, and he possibly should have been the one at fault at that. He should have stayed in the corner where that's his specialty, knocking down perimeter shots. And then if he chooses to catch it and take it to the rack, he can do that as well.
So a run off Kwame. Kobe, about time he heated up. If they're going to double, somebody's got to be free. Shot clock all the way down. Farmar up against Rodriguez and walks with the basketball.
Lost his balance. But didn't pick his pivot foot up nearly as much.
He dragged it.
As the other guy.
You're talking about Brandon Roy, who changed it completely.
But he did, Jordan Farmar did travel on the play.
That's a 4th turnover for the Lakers, and that was a real problem spot for the Lakers last night. They were crushed in points off turnovers. In fact, it was 28-7 Denver, as it's going to be a hold on Farmar.
That's the rules these days, Jordan. You can't put your hands on them like that. Back when we played in the covered wagon days, man, you did that the whole way down the floor. You grab, hold, push. It's nice.
I like the way you said covered wagon days. McGlure asking for it. Top of the shot clock. And McGlure floats home but can't get the little baby hook. So the Lakers on the run without numbers. Kobe trying to create. It'll count to go. Yes, it will. The Lakers look for the 3-point play from Kobe.
And Kobe kind of likes to play himself as he gets into the paint. Gets the continuation going to his left. All left-handed dribble on this play, and the concentration off of one foot. Eye on the target. That's what you have to keep. You hear the whistle, you feel the contact, but you never lose sight of the target.
You know, they gave the foul to Rodriguez, and he wasn't even in the picture. What's going on down there? Kobe gets the 3-point play, and it's a 3-point lead for Portland, 24-21. They've already been up by as many as 9. Lakers early, 10-4. A 6-point advantage. Rodriguez with the basketball. Webster. Good entry. McGlure made sure that one stayed home.
Well, everybody that plays the game is probably going to get dunked on one time or another. And Roney always likes to challenge those kind of plays. Challenge that one and pop the face.
Kobe real hot on that shot. As it just looked like it got away. So 5-point lead for the Blazers. Kobe has started the game 4 for 9 with 9 points.
There's what Webster does right there.
And he comes through beyond the arc with a 3-pointer.
He can shoot it.
Second year, right out of high school, Seattle Prep last year at 6'7", 230. And he's got his ups and downs this year, but there's one thing constant for him. It's the stroke. As Outlaw had to roll down his leg out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock for the Lakers when we come back.
8:46 to go in the half. The Lakers trying to fight back, down by an 8-point margin, 29-21. And the easiest play to make for the bigs is to catch it in the paint and hammer one.
3-pointer, so 29-21 Portland. Well, you can win a pair of tickets to the Lakers home game courtesy of Verizon Wireless. For your chance to win, just text Lakers to 95615 at the end of tonight's game. You're automatically entered. One winner per game. Sweepstakes open to residents of LA, Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. 18 and over. All you have to do once again, text Lakers 95615. And for alternate entry, all the rules, you can head over to Lakers.com. Tell our partner station, FSN Prime Ticket tonight. Don't forget us courtside view. You can check it out for a view of tonight's game from the courtside seats with a half dozen cameras right now sitting down on the floor all over the place. So your ticket to the game on Prime Ticket as well. Lakers have it, 15 on the shot clock. And let's see if they can also get it done to the defensive end, because in 6 of these 7 losses, they've given up at least 100 points. Well, they don't get it inside at all when the shot clock is down. It'll be Farmar. Can he bail him out? Rodriguez with the rebound. We saw that way too much in the second half last night, Stu.
Lakers again, the shot clock issues, and Jordan at least knew the clock, so as soon as he caught it, he got a good look at it.
Webster matching up with Mo Evans. And there they go, right inside, but the Lakers didn't even look. It'll be across as McGlure was looking for contact. He never got it. And Roney clears it out to Kobe. Kobe held up by Webster. Martell Webster with the foul. It'll be his first second team foul on the Blazers. There's still 8:02 left in the half.
A lot of time left for the Lakers in this first half, but really struggling offensively as they have hit a dry spell, only shooting 39% from the field. Consider they made their first 5 shots, was it?
First 5.
They're 9 for 23.
Runoff Roney. And Jared Jack knocked it away. He was sagging down low. The guard came into play. Spotting up again. It's an air ball this time.
Well, a challenge that by Kobe flashed in front of Webster.
Kobe over Rodriguez with space. And Kobe burns him. It is down to 5 as Kobe's got a dozen. But there's got to be other sources. We've talked about that. You joined us late. Luke Walton not in the starting lineup. In fact, back in the locker room right now. Lamar Odom's going to be checking in next whistle. Rodriguez won't get the roll, but well timed. The tip by McGlure.
Nobody put a body on him.
Don't watch the ball. Back somebody out.
It was the easiest tap McGlure will have all this game.
5 minutes gone by. As Kobe back to back. Yes! Another triple. 31-27. He's got 15 of the 27.
Yeah, 6 out of 11 from the field. 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
He's got the ball. And McGlure goes a layup.
Well, again, a challenge, but yeah, you're right. He had an absolute gimme there.
Kobe. A little strong.
Strong and wide left. You don't see Kobe do that very often. That one well off the mark as Lamar comes in, replacing Ronny Turioff. 6:33 left. Lakers down by 4. Smush is coming back into the contest. I'm wondering if that's for Kobe or Jordan Farmar.
Kobe has not left the game. Well, if he has 6:33 left in the half.
If he has his way, I don't think he will leave the game.
Well, somebody's got to. Well, right now, nobody's going to step out because they're going to keep the 2 over on the sideline. They're not checking in quite yet. Udoka and Smush.
Well, Udoka's coming back to see if he can cool off Kobe. They know they don't want to let Kobe really get going.
Jared Jack all the way to the rack. But they are making an effort, aren't they? They're trying to pound it. Kwame touched it last. And you got to make decisions. Is he going to be in a position to even come down and catch it?
Well, not only come down and catch it, but what's he going to be able to do with it when he comes down with it? Kwame's momentum was going to the so fast. If he catches that one, he has to pass it right away or else he's going to run out of bounds.
So another turnover for the Lakers. That's their 6th compared to 4 for the Blazers. Kobe hedging on the pick, so they had to go back to Zach Randolph. And he takes it away, and Roy, is it a clear path?
No.
No. Made it anyway, didn't he? He's unreal. He figured, why not?
The crowd needed something to cheer about.
I don't blame them.
Even though it doesn't count, they're on their feet. Kobe says, you want to see something? Watch. Contact. Let me throw it up. I know I can throw it in and off the glass. Count it. They're calling clear path.
It is going to be clear path. That's why I asked right away, because he was leaving Brandon Roy. And there'll be free throws for Kobe and the Laker ball when we come back.
Wow, what a play by number 24. I mean, just showing that he might not be too tired to do that. He got in the same time as everybody else this morning, and Kobe with the steal, gets the foul, and says, hey, let me excite the crowd a little bit as I throw it up, throw it in.
Taking it away from Brandon Roy, and let's look back at it now with the actual sound from down on the floor when it occurred. So naturally, here's a whistle. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it up there anyway.
And you know what I like most about that play is the response Kobe had after it went in. It's like, well, what's the big deal? I do this all the time. This is what I do. You know, a lot of players make a jump shot and they celebrate like it's a game winner for the NBA championship.
It's automatic. Yeah. He's got 2 on the breakaway. The clear path foul. It's interesting because you and I have seen him many times go to the half-court line and after practice or after shoot-around with his left hand and make them regularly with his left hand. And we've seen him take some coins from broadcast partners. Little plays on the side.
The guy just has as many skills offensively as you could possibly have. There's nothing he can't do offensively.
And he's the reason the Lakers are only down by 2. 17 of the 29 belong to Kobe. Lamar off the pick. It's been that way for the rest of the Lakers. Lamar now 1 for 3. Kobe's got 13 here in the second quarter alone. So the Lakers, in fact, nobody else has scored for the Lakers here in the second. And we are better than halfway through it. Zach Randolph, 5 on the shot clock. Now he's trapped. Udoka will recognize it from the range. There's no doubt about that. We saw it when he played for the Lakers in the Summer League in Long Beach a few years ago. That's 5 for Ime Udoka.
And what I call a free shot. He has shot clock issues, knows as soon as he catches it, he's got to shoot it. You relax when that happens.
Lakers basketball with 5:19 to play in the half. Well, Angels of Anaheim, the Los Angeles Angels, of course, of Anaheim, back in action. Angels taking on the White Sox preseason exhibition game tomorrow, 1 o'clock only on FSN West. It's good to know that while Luke Walton is getting some treatment in the locker room right now, he's got the support of Chris Mihm, who's back there with him. Good to see Chris at the arena. Kobe does it again. 3-point deficit. Kobe's got every point the Lakers have scored here in the second quarter. Amazing.
And what so often happens with his teammates is they start to stand around and expect him to score all of the points. And even though he's got a hot hand going, you still have to play basketball. You run your triangle, you do the things that you're supposed to do, and shots will come to you as well.
With Kobe and the Lakers down by 3. Kobe's up to 19. Andrew Bynum's the only one with more than 2. They don't get it inside. Mo Evans going after it.
Mo tried that little left-hand shot, but Aldridge said,
see you later.
Just slapped it right out of it.
Marcus Aldridge averaging a couple across the game recently. It's not the way again. Zach Randolph frustrated. He just picked up his second foul. Kobe on cruise control, setting up Smush. He'll share it. Mo Evans for the tie. Finally, somebody else is on the board in the second quarter. It's even at 34.
Because the Lakers dug down into the defensive end and came up with a turnover.
Brandon Roy back out there. He did some damage early. Now Zach Randolph. Take away his left hand. And it's going to be a foul on Lamar. You don't have to worry once you funnel him over to the right side as much.
Well, Maurice Evans had his layup attempt blocked, but he says, let me step behind the line and see if you can reach this one. And he drills the 3 that ties the score.
So the Lakers, after trailing by as many as 9, even at 34, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Jared Jack. falling right over Kobe off the ball.
Well, I tell you, when was the last time you saw the Lakers on a consistent basis try to stay after it defensively the way they have here in the first half?
And that's going to be the key. The 7-game losing streak, talked about it a few minutes ago. 6 of the 7 losses. They've given out well over 100 points. The Lakers looking to regain the lead. The last time they had it, it was 10-8. And Randolph hit a 3. Lamar gives them the lead. 36-34.
And I like the fact that he just dribbled past Kobe, not wanting to hand it to him, and made a move for himself.
The Lakers are plus 10 so far here in the second. Outscoring the Blazers 20-10. Good rotations defensively right now. Smush needs help. Jack put it off his knee. That'll help.
Hey, I said it before. The Lakers so far in this game doing some good things defensively on a more consistent basis. I can see they're talking, communicating with one another. The rotations are a little quicker, and that's what it's going to take to be successful.
And usually it translates it not only into turnovers, but points off turnovers. Lamar's got the mismatch. And it's going to be a hold and double foul.
How can that be a double foul?
Zach Randolph and Kobe. And a technical on Kobe. Wow, that was quick.
I don't understand this call. The double foul thing, you have to see something there that initiated it. It's almost like a bailout play.
And as the captain of the team, it's interesting. Kobe, usually an opportunity to at least voice, communicate with what he wants to get across to an official.
Yeah, but even captains are not allowed to dispute calls. Captains can talk about rule interpretations and things of that nature, but you can't, even though you're the captain, you cannot dispute calls in a way that officials feel is embarrassing to them. As Kobe and Randolph tied up, and the shoulder from Randolph to Kobe, and then they got locked up, and the double foul was called. Kobe says, how can you call that a double foul? And I just about got decapitated.
That is the 3rd foul on Zach Randolph. So they get him out of the game right away. Final 3:17. Beautiful pass. Lamar, once Aldridge shaded over to help out. The opening was there, and Lamar found Kwame. Nice run for the Lakers.
Very nice run by the Lakers, and they got to continue with this kind of passion. Continue with this kind of passion. 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play as Kobe jump-starting them offensively. 19 so far here in the first half, and Lamar starting to be aggressive himself as he's knocked down a couple of shots. And the best way to get your bigs happy, get them a dunk. Lamar says, here, Kwame, throw it down. The Kobe Bryant show. 19 points, 7 out of 13 from the field, and he's knocked down some long-range jumpers. It didn't matter who's in front of him. He said, hey, stand there. It's shooting practice. Jab fakes, jumping, and he's even made a couple, or at least one, from the half-court mark. Didn't count. Sure looked good, though. Fans loved it. Kind of liked it myself.
We've seen it a lot, and not necessarily in games. Although some of the threes he's taken haven't been far from there.
Well, and he's, again, the NBA scoring leaders right behind Carmelo Anthony. I mean, Kobe's obviously won that title last year, and I would assume it's one of those been there, done that. That's not as important to him anymore, and at least it shouldn't be. I mean, the only thing that should be important to Kobe is getting this team to the playoffs and trying to make some noise once they're there.
I'm glad to see what he just did, though. The man who gave him the T, the double T, was Sean Corbin, and he went over to kind of iron things out. Lakers right now 8 of 14 so far here in the second, 57%.
How do you iron things out with the 50?
By the way, 4 for 13 for Portland as they picked it up defensively. Jared Jack on a flyby, got Kobe up, and boy, was that short. Kwame clears it out. Don't need to hurry.
Well, Jack tried to use the glass, and not a shot that I've seen him make that consistently. He usually shoots it straight in.
Now Lamar against Aldridge. Let's see if he can drive around him, bringing Aldridge away from the basket. Aldridge moving his feet pretty well for a big guy. Lamar setting up a wide open smush. Boy, you had the shot straight away. Now it's going to be a shot clock violation. Taken to the block by McGlure. The guards have to take care of business.
The first pass that Smush made might have been the one that caused the violation. Smush had an opportunity with his feet set straight away to take that shot. When he made the pass to Maurice Evans, I thought the Lakers were going to be in some trouble.
Well, and when you're 1 for 8 last night, as Kobe slowed down that pass, that helped. Stays in front of Brandon Roy. He's already got 3 steals. Aldridge, we've already seen what he can do from there. It stays out. Kwame clears it out. And I want to get back to Smush only because 1 for 8 last night, 1 for 6 so far tonight. But your confidence factor.
Yeah, you're right. Your confidence does start to wane a little bit, but you don't get out of a shooting slump by not shooting. If you got a good shot, you got to continue to take it.
A little bit strong. Lamar, second chance. And Mo is there. The pogo sticks up. Lakers by 5.
Sore knee or not, Reese Evans elevated to make that shot.
So the Lakers on quite a run here in the second, and they need it. Roy setting up his teammate. Udoka, pick and roll. Man, again, McGlure couldn't finish inside. Ripped away by Lamar. How aggressive was that? Evans fouled and a couple of free throws. As it's going to be called on Brandon Roy.
Boy, I tell you, Kwame came up a little gimpy on that play. That ankle must be a little tender. He's walking to the bench right now.
Keep it warm.
Gary Vitti, athletic trainer for the Lakers, there to meet him to ask him what's the problem.
Boy, sometimes when you sit down, that's when it tightens up. Andrew Bynum's coming in. So you worry about him now sitting down with 1:30 to play in the half.
Well, don't sit him down. Take him to the locker room. Make him run in the hallway.
Well, no,
Put him on a bike, anything.
Keep in motion.
Yeah.
Keep it warm.
But Gary Vitti knows what's best. He'll take care of him. Reese Evans to try to take care of these 2 free throws.
Everything, including the bottom of the net.
Kwame trying to help out on this defensive play and steps out there, and then Lamar is the one that really causes the missed shot. Awkward looking play.
Mo Evans now makes it a 14-1 run for the Lakers. So they're up right now 42-35. 7-point lead. That's the biggest of the game for the Lakers. Roy on the ball away. It was an air ball. You can see it coming. We could, from our vantage point, not the Lakers, though. They're waiting for it to get to the rim.
The Lakers are so into helping one another. There 2 or 3 guys went to challenge that, and that freed up the Blazers for offensive rebound.
Kobe with Udoka all over. Couldn't get Udoka off his feet. Didn't make any difference, though, did it?
Yeah, he said, if you're not going to jump, all right, stay down there. I'll jump.
That's 21 for Kobe. He's shaking his head like, man, what do I got to do around here? Brandon Roy clipped by Mo Evans.
You know how hard it is to make a jump shot after you've given about 3 head fakes? You know, the defenders are 2, 3, and then he goes up. And, hey, says, all right, if you're disciplined, be disciplined. I'll be good.
You break the rhythm kind of move. Shading on one side. They go to the opposite side. And it is Ime Udoka again. Same corner. He's got 8. So the Lakers up by 4. Now 2 for 1. Kobe off the glass. No, it was blocked away. They said Roy got it blocked. It was on an angle where it looked like if it was going to get there, it was going to get the glass, but not close. Jared Jack almost picked clean from behind as it goes out of bounds with 15 on the shot clock.
Well, the Blazers didn't talk that time as Smush was tracking him from behind.
It'll be Bill McDonald, Jack Haley. And Jack in the box halftime report coming up. Final 20 seconds of the first half, so the defense has been there in the second quarter for the Lakers. Much better than the first half. Roy. Smush staying in front of him. Now the shot clock down, but there goes Udoka again. Same result. Don't leave a shooter wide open. So the final shot for the Lakers and Kobe. All the way to the hole. It will be a blocking foul. It wouldn't crawl over the rim.
But
foul on Aldridge.
Kobe really put it on all the pressure on the officials to make a call. He just turned the corner and went right into the paint, jumped right into the chest of the defender, and the official says that's a block. And the Lakers say, thank you. 2 free throws coming with 1.7 to play in the half.
And Aldridge was pretty well set.
Yeah, that's why I say break for the Lakers.
Kobe gets the first to 2 as he's now 4 of 4 at the stripe. 18 so far of his 22 have come here in the second.
Well, 1.7 to go here. This is where you don't want to let them make a pass that they receive at midcourt. You know, make them come back to get the basketball And then you have a much better chance of going out of the half without a score.
Well, they've got a jumping jack at the opposite end for the long pass if they decide to go that way. Travis Outlaw.
Lakers have a jumping jack with him.
So Kobe comes through at the line. He dominated the statistics in the second 12-minute session. Here's the long pass for Outlaw. And that'll do it. Off the deflection. So a good second 12-minute period to go to the locker room. Now can they play 48 minutes?
Well, that's going to be the key. What do they do coming out of the locker room? That's been the Lakers' Achilles heel a lot, is the first part of the third quarter coming out of halftime. They come out a little flat. Before you know it, game's over.
So Kobe with half the Lakers' points. He's got 23 of the 46. Time now for the Jack in the Box halftime report as we head to the studio and join Bill McDonald and Jack Haley.
West.
Lakers basketball on FSN West is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz dealers of Southern California and their sporty new. Halftime continues in downtown Los Angeles, and what a second quarter for this guy in particular, for the Lakers in general, and they needed it after trailing early by 9 on top by 3 at the break. 46-43. Joel Myers along with Stu Lance. Welcome back once again. The Lakers desperate for a win, and Kobe sensed they couldn't get it going overall offensively early. How about half their offensive output? It's incredible the way he can pick up this team.
Well, yeah, he can do that. I mean, the guy's an amazing offensive player, but he can't come out in the second half and think that he's going to be the entire show. The Lakers need some more balance. He's keeping them afloat, but the rest of the team has to come forward and help out offensively. This Portland team is going to make a surge. It's about runs, and we've seen Portland do that against the Lakers this year. But Kobe with 23 first half points, as you mentioned, 50% of the production. Free throws, Lakers 9 out of 9. Thank you, Kobe. He's got there the most times. Offensive rebounds, 8 for Portland. That's something the Lakers really have to clean up, and then if they do that, they'll clean up the second chance points.
So here we go. Start of the second half. Lakers by 3. And for the latest from the locker room, let's check in with Patrick O'Neill. Patrick.
All right, Joel, thank you very much. Kwame Brown just walking down the tunnel to the bench. General manager Mitch Kupchak looked at him, asked him if he was okay. Kwame gave him one of these. The word is he got a retape there at halftime. He's going to try to go in the second half. He does not feel too good. Luke Walton, on the other hand, he is completely out of this game, Joel.
All right, and we could tell last night after the game, and we had way too many hours sitting in a private terminal. In fact, didn't leave until 4:30 in the morning Denver time, and you could see how stiff it became for Luke. So he said before the game, I'm as close as I'm going to be, but it just really hurt after the game, and it tightened up on Luke Walton. So last night, the Lakers doing a job defensively as opposed to what happened when they gave up 54%. 43% the Portland TrailBlazers, but let's face it, come on, Stu, more components when you've got Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson working for the Denver Nuggets.
And the Lakers are playing at home tonight, and even last night it wasn't about the first half as it was about the second 24 minutes, because I thought the Lakers played pretty well in the first, but when they came out after intermission last night, they just didn't have it. Let's see if they have it tonight. They're going to have it, or they're going to suffer their 8th consecutive.
And there's got to be some balance too. So other guys, other sources have to come through. And it doesn't have to be just, we always bring up Lamar Odom. But if it's not Lamar tonight, Lamar's got 4 along with 3 boards so far. Somebody else. But it's got to be other sources offensively.
Well, if they run their offense, the triangle offense is designed to get various people shots in various positions.
Lamar working against Aldridge. Aldridge, a long hit, quick release by Lamar. Man, it's grabbed by Zach Randolph. Randolph working with 3 fouls. If you get a 4th on Randolph, that's one of their key offensive components. He's gone.
Well, the key there, though, is he's guarding Kwame, so the Lakers are going to have to push it on the inside, and Kwame's going to have to really be aggressive in attacking the rim.
Yeah, Kobe had to help. It stayed out, fortunately, and he had to help because of the dribble penetration of Brandon Roy. So he shaded over, and that's why Udoka was wide open. Kobe over Udoka. And hard off the heel, but right on line. So Kobe now 8 of 16 from the field after the miss. With 4 boards, couple of assists, 23 points.
Crowd a little subdued right now as the Lakers start this third quarter.
Very quiet. Yeah. The Lakers make some noise, and it gets him to the floor. Zach Randolph to the line. Kwame walked under him as he went up. Man, a 3-point opportunity.
You know, and the way you watch the officials and you determine what sign they give for the foul, the official said that Kwame hit him on the elbow. Well, I can go with maybe getting into his space, but not hitting him on the elbow.
Yeah, he definitely walked under it as he went up.
A three-point opportunity to tie this up early here in the second half.
Zach Randolph takes advantage of it. So he's got 15. The leading scorer during the regular season. You take it back to when the Lakers were up by 7. So now it's a 9-2 spurt. Last 90 seconds of the second and the start of the third. Smush has got to be a factor offensively. And over Jack, he is. 2-point lead on the second basket of the game for Smush, who we talked about. You know, maybe his confidence waning a little bit. He gambles now, going to get back in time, but it's going to be a switch.
Well, you know, the Lakers have those three people there, Maurice Evans, Smush, and Kobe. If they're together, they can switch just about everything.
Now making the proper decisions when you don't have the numbers. Kobe, Jack flop, he's blocked, stayed with it with the left hand.
Well, he's relentless. He is just relentless. They blocked the first one, but he just bounces right into it again and gets it with the left.
So Kobe's got 25. Lakers 5-4. Brandon Roy. What a smooth-looking customer. He's got 8. So the guy that should be Rookie of the Year is Smush all the way to the hole. LaMarcus Aldridge, secondary defender. Banked it off the glass as Lamar picks up the foul. And for Lamar, it is his third. A couple of early team fouls for the Lakers as well.
What a block by LaMarcus Aldridge as Smush was flying through the lane and thought he was going to get a shot attempt up, and Aldridge said, nah, I don't think so, Smush. Slaps it against the board, and that starts the Blazers the other direction.
So a couple of blocks for Aldridge. He had a career best 4 2 games ago. Their loss at Denver. Lakers by only 2. It's a team that is really getting the problems. Aldridge hit the finish. Kwame got the block originally on Zach Randolph.
Well, but Lamar was coming over to give help because Kwame was beaten to the middle, so Lamar was there for support. Kwame reacted and recovered, but that left Aldridge open.
Now Lamar held up by Aldridge. Boy, that was a dash by Lamar to the spot. That was a sprint.
You know, that last play that we're talking about is Zach going to his left. Lamar comes over, and that freed up Aldridge for the throwdown. And I mean, he threw it down. If Kwame's standing directly under the basket, he gets a concussion with that one.
It's the first team foul on the Blazers. It's called on Aldridge.
See, now this is where Kwame should go to work on Zach Randolph.
Got to go up. Kobe will. Shot clock down. It stayed out. No Evans. And the foul on Aldridge. So he's got a couple real quickly.
What a rebound.
And that's his third overall.
Would you like that rebound?
Man, did he get up?
Oh, man. I thought the trampolines were used at halftime. But Maurice Evans says, no, I have one all the time. Puts it in his left. Gets the contact. Nice offensive rebound and try for the putback by Maurice Evans. So he's earned himself 2 free throws.
He is now 3 of 3 at the free throw line. Good to see him scoring off the bench. In fact, he's got 8 so far in 15 minutes of play. You talked about the bum knee, where a couple of weeks ago they had to drain fluid off his knee. It's not been the same since.
As the fluid basically keeps coming back. And when you have fluid, it restricts your motion. You know, the knee doesn't move like it should when there's fluid in there. So it's a painful situation for Maurice. But he's playing through it.
And he's now the second leading scorer for the Lakers. Down goes Randolph. Down goes Frazier. Second foul on Kwame.
Zach Randolph says, woo, Kwame's pretty solid. He ran in. Zach just goes down, and the official says, well, Kwame, you must have had something to do with that, so let's give you the person.
Now the Lakers 3 quick team fouls. In a little more than 3 minutes of play, and it's thrown away. Well, yes, they will. Yeah. One official on baseline said it was Lakers ball. Zach Randolph looks like a fighter who got up, but he's still a little bit gassed. Like is at the end of the round. 8:48 to play in the third. Jared Jack, quick first step, and it is going to be a walk.
You know why that's why that travel happened? The Lakers were pretty good at rotating over, because there was a gap there. Jack got in the gap, but it closed in a hurry, and all of a sudden he said, there's 2 of them there. Let me take this extra walk here and see if I can get away with it.
Now the Lakers up 15-5 in points off turnovers, looking for more, and that's what killed them last night. Udoka riding Kobe.
No, I'm serious, and I've said this before, but I'm very serious. The way the rules are defensively, every time Kobe or an offensive players make that particular hard drive, you're going to get a whistle, or you should get a whistle, based on the way the rules are.
Well, we got a lot of whistles early here in the third, Stu, so we should see free throws. Finger rolls at home. So 54-50, thanks to 27 by the second leading scorer in the league, Kobe Bryant. That's 17-5 plus 12 in the category I was just talking about. Kobe Randolph, too wide open, wasn't it? Roy, and a cross picked up by Lamar. Got Smush on the fly if he wants it. Kobe, deep three, real short, and all the way out to the man that was in front of him, Jared Jack. On the trail, Zach Randolph. So it's going to be a blocking foul. So Kwame all of a sudden has 3.
Well, if you run down and you set up in the paint, you really have to be aware of where that restricted area's line is. Make sure you're out of there, and then obviously make sure you're stationary as Zach Randolph gets the ball, and there's no question that Kwame's feet were on the restricted area. That's why you have to make sure where you are on the floor, if it's at all possible.
Zach Randolph averaging 23 and 10 a game. Gets the first of 2. He's already got 16 tonight. Former Michigan State Spartan in his 6th year. It seems like he's been around longer. 25-year-old native of Marion, Indiana. And he's got both. And we remind you, our partners at FSN Prime Ticket with courtside view tonight. Cameras all over the floor level. So get your ticket to the game on Prime Ticket. Inside Smush. And Kwame there to clean it up. It wasn't pretty, but it worked.
And you can see how he's gimping.
Right.
You know, and putting all that playing time on an ankle that is already tender. He's going to get sore, as Luke Walton.
Yeah, it shows you how banged up the Lakers are, but Kwame knows how much they need him back in the lineup. But now trying to recover up against Randolph. Lamar coming over. Randolph. Lamar changed that, didn't he? He didn't get the Udoka trying to get out of the way. Smush. Back door. And can he keep it alive? Yes, but right to Ime Udoka. Numbers the other way now for Portland TrailBlazers. What a throwdown by LaMarcus Aldridge. Just get it up there with his length. He's got 8. Now, that's the future of the franchise. Those two guys. Jared Jack in his second year, Aldridge a rookie.
He had 18 in the last Laker game against the Blazers. But he's almost been more impressive in this game with the things that he's done other than scoring.
And around the rim. Now Kobe on his way down. And Kwame there again. Staying at home, and the Lakers lead by 4. That's a half dozen for Kwame.
And I think they may have to give Kwame a rest here. I mean, he is really laboring on that foot now.
Good call. And a timeout.
Portland takes the timeout. Kwame looks over and says, "Thank you, Nate. I need a little bit of a rest here. The ankle is starting to talk to me, and it's not talking into the kind of words that I like to hear."